Hey, I'll show you how good they are with these government programs. This is a Douglas fir tree. There were beaver eating some of them down here years ago, beaver and the muskrat. So this is what they did. This one they actually gave the tree a lot of room. Most of them they didn't give it that much room. Now the wire's already grown into the branches, and they're never going to take that off. So, it's either going to kill the tree when it gets older, or at some point, some poor bastard's going to be cutting timber down here, and they're going to get killed when their chain hits that and breaks and takes their legs off, or worse. This is the government's weed patch. When they did this, government, by the way, I'm on the neighbors, but I have permission because we have to do something with our line fence, which is on their side of the creek. Excuse me. This is what happens when they do this. And about the time that they went into the program, Becky and I took the kids for a trip down to Northern California to see the redwoods. And down around Bandon, Oregon, there was a whole bunch of government fence, had stuff fenced off. It had all gone to hell. People realized after a few years being in the program it wasn't a good thing. People that were actually doing work in the ground, not just people that were wanting a check once a year. This is the falls. Used to be very accessible to fish. Used to be awesome fishing right there. Not now. You can see the brace post for the end of the line fence over there, and actually the end of that fence curves a little bit, which kind of irritates me. There was another post over here. We found the wire. Post on the end of it. See if I can keep from killing myself getting back over here again. See if I can get to where you can see it. Get this thing off the top of my head. Nice, he just found a bee's nest. See that little log sticking out there? That's a 6-inch treated fence post. It's got about 20 feet of wire hooked to it at least. That used to be right here. But when all that crap hit, a bunch of that knocked this tree half over. It used to be standing up here nicely. And, and you can see a log underwater in there. This used to be a clean hole. There was nothing in it. Nothing but good fishing. Now that's gone. We found, about 80 feet of wire. It was buried in everything. And one of these weeds they planted out here, she's apparently allergic to. She's breaking out and itching all over.
Can't take anything for birthday back.
And she can't take anything because the only stuff she can take is in her car. And her sister borrowed her car to go to town to get a rear brake rotor and new rear brake pads for her car. So this is where we have to try to put a fence back in. I want you to take note. That steel fence post there is not on the line. The line is actually in line with, there, see if we can see it in the picture. That steel fence post, which puts it right straight middle of the screen. Across the end of my feet. And right through the government plants. I don't understand. We never got a dime for it. I mean, granted, we didn't lose but half an acre that the neighbors put in the government program for us, but they were supposedly getting paid so much per acre. Why didn't we get some of it? Because they got paid for our strip that we could not access. And most of it through here, I mean, the cows haven't gone down it. Years ago, when the neighbors still had dairy cows, is the only reason we even had a fence through here, because they would go down on this side in a couple of spots. And then they'd have to walk up and down the creek to find their way out, and they'd find their way out on our side. But we haven't had anything cross it until this year, which is crazy. And we did find one spot where they probably crossed. Worst thing we found was last night we found they came around to the end of the new line fence down here at the corner of the creek. And we blocked it off with twine and a couple of sticks last night. And guess what? At least only one, but a heifer wiped it out. And let's see if I can get over here far enough. Okay. Steel fence post right there is about 1.5 feet on our side of the line. So the line's about the center of the screen. Yeah. It's gonna be fun. Right down the middle of the screen is where all that crap's planted, and that's where the line is. And there's a washout that happened years ago. The creek finally made its way back into its own channel again in more of a straight line, but made a mess. Nothing we can do to it from our side other than look at it. Fence posts have been pushed over and way off the line. But this is the fun we're going to do today. I'm not sure how to do it. Originally I was thinking about bringing the track hoe down. And I thought, well, maybe I can bring the skid steer down and clear some of this up so we can get the fence in. But after walking through it, I don't think I can get the skid steer into most of it. There. That galvanized post is close to the line. I don't know why that one's so far over. Unless it just got shoved over when I was cleaning stuff over here once, a long time ago. And there's a big ass hole in here somewhere. Right underneath my feet. So, yeah, this post here is on the line. Lines up with that. Actually, it's pushed it over a little bit. That's as close as we're going to get. That right there is where they were sneaking around. Put the twine up there, and we put a stick, and I don't even, sticks in, that stick didn't float. It's buried in the bottom of the creek right there. You can kind of see it in the middle of the screen. So, yay. Try to get this shit fenced off. Oh yeah, it's Tuesday the 26th. I hope everybody had a good Memorial Day weekend. So, time for me to get something done. Thanks for watching. Fortu's Tahoe in there because left rear brake pad went through, took out the rotor, broke one of the caliper bolts trying to get it off. So, you know, 2 trips to town. Plus, even though I talked to the best parts man they got in at the Napa we deal with, stuff happens. We very rarely change a rear. It's usually a front. So what did he do? He looked up the rear and grabbed the front, which worked out all right. Had to go back and get the other parts anyway. 3394, 12-foot, 415 Case IH cultipacker, 12-foot, 8200 John Deere drill. Drill is full. Everything's greased and ready to go. We would be on the road right now, but I looked up, and they're saying the exact same thing they keep saying. Oh, it's not going to do anything. Well, yeah, that's how it looked last night before it rained. It's been raining every morning. I'm not sure if I'm going to turn a wheel or not. It's, getting late enough. We'll be better off just waiting until tomorrow if it doesn't rain. And there's only about 25 acres disked ahead of me. So I got plenty of time to plant, not a lot of time to disc, and that disc got to get going too. It's actually going right now. I'm hoping to have about 30 acres or 35 acres probably by the time he quits tonight. But I don't have him to run it tomorrow, so I got to put number 1 on it tomorrow, I hope. In the meantime, we just put the seed truck back in the barn because it's got a rip in the tarp. And I hope there's everything we need. I might need some twine. I'll get you a little on the way. Show you as much of the trip. We're just right here. We don't mess around. I'm in the middle of the road. I don't have a choice. There's no place to put the drill tire off the road up here. And I'm going to start with a little piece here, but I ain't never been in here. And I'm down my 3rd on the main and 4th on the power shift, so we're down to just about down to planting speed. But we are here.
Hey, Bertie, if you pull in, there's a place in here, turn around too.
2 little tiny fields here. And
I'll turn around and back into this other driveway, and then you can pull up and I'll
she's going to spend the night here. Because like I said, I just don't think I want to. I got time to get this one done tonight, but I also got to get a ride back. I don't feel like walking. And it won't hurt for this to set if it'll actually dry some more. There, we'll get you a half a look. Put the teeth down some just to see what they're going to do, because I know there's a lot of trash. I like to run them as deep as I can. There, you can see.
Left past my garbage can, then back up over here.
The deeper I run them, the better. But this wasn't too bad. The PC's up there disking now. God, I wish we'd have disked it round and round when we finished up last year, because it's really beautiful oats about waist high. But unfortunately, the ground's just too damn rough. It's not worth killing myself for. That's number 1 in the pickup. Number 2 is turning around up there. They got her brakes done, so she followed. And crank the wheel, leave the tractor down. Otherwise, put it in lock and it don't go nowhere. I gotta let you go. We're gonna tarp the drill just because I don't trust the weather. I really don't. So I'll get you more. I have a mirror monkey. That mirror's in the wrong place. Of course, she's annoying. Trying to see where I want to see. I think that's close enough. There, you can see her in the mirror too. That mirror got bumped last year when the disc was on this thing, and I forgot about it. And that's a bitch going down the road, because that's the side I got to see the tire on. So I spent a lot of looking out the back.